It was a busy, busy day. A lot of gems got dropped. Let's pick up a couple. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? It's an amazing day, man. It's the day before mini camp starts. I think we got mini camp Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know how much media access they got available, but look, shout out to all the reporters that I follow. Shout out to Michael Gelkin. Shout out to John Machota. Um, my girl Aisha and Jane Slater and Jory Epstein and everybody that gets the information to us directly. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep a brother tapped in, and everybody else that gets info that sends it to me. I appreciate y'all too. A lot of talking today, man. Jerry was talking, Stephen was talking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of tidbits to peel back. But I'll try to get everything I can to y'all. Jerry Jones was talking about the offensive line, talking about Terrence Steele ramping up and, still being a flex guy. They've been working so many different players at guard this year. I seen Richards, the rookie. Adoga, he's a guard by nature. Maletsko. They was Then they talking about putting Steele at guard when he gets back. I really don't want to do that. I don't. I've said it. I hope they don't. But until we see that they don't, it's a possibility. So he talked about that. He talked about he's not putting nobody in the Ring of Honor this year, which is another slight to Jimmy Johnson. Jerry, stop playing, man. Just put Jimmy in, but he's not. Pause. I think you want to get that story out the way this year. Look, I ain't doing it. Stop asking me, so they can move on from that. Stephen Jones talked about the fourth receiver, because y'all already know who's starting: C.D. Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. Talked about Semi, Jalen Tolbert. Even talked about Jalen Brooks, one of the young receivers, by name. And it just lets us know that's an open competition. From three back is open competition, man. We probably going to carry about 6 receivers. So get it in where you fit it in. That means Turpin, your job ain't safe. And y'all been hearing me say that. Semi's job ain't safe. Look, get in where you fit in. Considering they brought in another receiver today, worked out 2, actually signed 1, and we'll get to him in a second. Jerry also talked about not closing the door on Ezekiel Elliott. I've been saying this for a while. They probably going to bring Zeke back. They just slow walking this thing. If Zeke gets another deal, I have no problem with saying I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish Zeke nothing but success. But if he's not signed by camp, and some of these backs we got on the team might not be looking up to par, or there's an open slot, and they can sign Zeke for a small contract, we'll be welcoming Zeke back with open arms. I'm telling y'all right now, it's a difference between Ezekiel Elliott, right? It's a difference between Ezekiel Elliott, $16 million, running back 1A, splitting carries with Tony Pollard, and Ezekiel Elliott, veteran minimum or small contract, defined role on the team, Zeke. It's a difference. Now, his stature with the team will still be humongous as Zeke, but I'm just saying it's a difference. So I'm just saying that door is open, and not saying because I'm an insider. I'm saying my belief is the door is open. That's all that means. They talked about kickers, saying they have a planet kicker. This Vizcaino thing, I just ain't with it. I'm going to keep beating the drum, bring back Brett Maher, because I got faith in Brett. Everybody goes off, and I feel like he going to have his mind right. You know what I'm saying? You elevate from your trials and tribulations. I got faith in Brett Maher. Bring him back. Let's get right. No question. Hold on. Bear me for a moment. I know. CFT so non-professional. Stephen Jones talked about Hunter Luepke by name today. And Ronald Jones talking about when they're talking about Zeke and having a bigger back, a stronger back, back there. And everybody just leans in just saying Zeke, bring Zeke back. That's all we need. And I like that he mentioned some other options. That's a negotiation tactic. If they do go to negotiations with Zeke, saying we already got something here, and you want to put confidence in the players you have on the roster, you do. I feel like Hunter's going to make the team. When the VP's mentioning your name by name, it's a tidbit that you're going to be around. We brought you in for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Jones, I'm for sure going to be around because I think we're going to carry 4 running backs this year. So I'm not tripping. Um, the 4 guys they brought in today, I don't really know the names of the other guys. I do know, I think his name is, bear me for a minute, Tyron Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and he runs a 4-3, a 4-3-40. Played for the Chargers, played for a couple of teams. But he's 27. He's extremely fast. His route running is terrible. He's just a fast person. He's a missile. You bring him in to completely stretch the defense. He's actually caught deep passes in the league, not just running and never doing nothing. But he's not a well-rounded enough established receiver that you bring him on the team to be in like your top 3 rotation. But he might be somebody you'll put on the practice squad to help your defense. See, everything ain't about starting. You bring him on because you're dealing with some teams that got some speed. You want to emulate what the other teams have in real time. You bring somebody like that on, that will help your defense tremendously. You're not thinking like that when you sign somebody like that. You're like, ooh, we got a deep threat. We got a deep threat. His name is Brandon Cooks. Simi Fuoku runs a 4-3-2. But somebody like him could help our practice squad. And in case of emergency, maybe he'll get on the field. But that's why you bring him in, and that's why the Cowboys signed him today. We also worked out N'Keal Harry. I mean, you know, it's a name. He's a first rounder. But that's just poor drafting by the Patriots. Now, I don't know. He's a big-bodied receiver. A little bit different than what we got. I think Simeon might be the closest one to him as far as stature. But I don't know, man. He's a camp body. We're bringing in multiple camp bodies. You know what I'm saying? Some other players got brought in, some corner depth and things like that. I'm not even going to list all those guys because I don't feel like they're going to do anything much. They're going to have to prove me wrong to get on my radar. So no reason to read those names. I just know that we brought in 7 people. We signed 1. I don't know if any of those other guys will be signed immediately, but we are working out people because Stephen Jones touched on the fact that you can never have too much depth, and corner depth is important considering that Jordan Lewis, which is a big deal. Jordan Lewis is going to probably start the year on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list. That's a big deal. Jordan Lewis is one of our better corners. I've been firm in saying that he probably lost his starting job to Deron Bland, but that don't mean that he's not important. You can't just roll into the season with starters thinking that your team is set. You got to have quality depth. You got to have quality experience at every position. Jordan Lewis is one of those guys. He will help us later in the year, but he probably will start the year on a physically unable to perform list. So bringing in corners that can help out with that is important. But as far as everything like that today, man, I think it's dope that we're doing our due diligence. Stephen Jones never got me trained up. As far as bringing in players that can help this team, whether it's receivers that can help the defense on a practice squad level, receiving depth, keeping your ears and eyes open. We're bringing in some quarterbacks, some camp arms, so we don't throw Dak's arm out of socket, things like that. I feel like backup quarterback's position should never be solidified. Cooper Rush, although played amazing last year, 4-1 for us, your position is always open. And if another arm comes in and can outthrow you that can help this team, we should be open to moving on if we need to. Like I said, I like that we are continuing to try to improve this team. Sometimes we don't make the splashy move. They did touch on DeAndre Hopkins. Stephen Jones pretty much closed the door and said, look, we like our guys. I told y'all that when they released them that we're going to like our guys. And I do like our guys. That's a fact. Jerry kind of left the door open saying, I'll never say never, which is fine. Never say never. But I'm saying never. We're not signing DeAndre Hopkins. I don't see it. Another one of those things where if we do, I'll come in and apologize. 100%. I just want to know y'all thoughts on some of the things that happened today. I know I've been all over the place. This is one of those videos where there's so many things to cover. Please let me know what I missed in the comments. Like I said, we got mini camp this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I hope that we get media coverage. I don't know if we'll get video or anything like that, but just little tidbit things that we can continue to build on as we push towards training camp in the season. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. I appreciate y'all. Ahow.